£100 game challenge, Xbox edition. Let's go! Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel, welcome back to the channel, Bambinos. Welcome to my £100 game challenge. This week it's going to be the Xbox edition, okay? I'm off work today, phoned in sick, yeah, I'm just not very well today, so I thought I'll do a YouTube video to try and focus my head on other things. You know, YouTube really is helping me through these dark days in my life, okay? So please bear with me. I'll do my best to be nice and cheery for you guys. Yeah, I really do enjoy this series. So shout out Linda the Gamer Gal. She does a series. Well, basically what the challenge is, one of your friends comes to you and you've got £100, or they've got £100 to spend on a new console. And they're asking you, what would you recommend? Or like they give you £100, go buy me £100 worth of games, okay? So I've done a couple of them. I really do enjoy it, and it really is good to put my mind somewhere else, you know? So this week we're looking at the Xbox. One of my favourite consoles of all time. I had it, it's about 3 or 6 months after launch, and I loved it, and I've loved it ever since. And the games, I think they may be on the climb. They're getting, I've noticed, okay, maybe I'm wrong, but in the CXs that I visit, the PlayStation 2 section is nice and full. The GameCube selection's always been slim pickings, but the Xbox used to be pretty full, like the PlayStation 2. But in some CXs I'm going to, it's a shelf or 2 shelves. It's not a full bay like it used to be, okay? Sometimes I remember it used to be 2 or 3 bays. But, so get them while you can. That's my advice. Tony's tip of the day, okay? So, we managed, I got 50p games up to a £30 game, right? The total and games I'm recommending is 18. So I think we've done really well. I think the best we've had is, where have I got? So I'm looking at my notes. I probably haven't written it down. I think we had 20 something on the Xbox 360. That's the best value for money console, I think, out there for if you're in a variety of games, okay? So there was a few games that I originally picked. So these are my honourable mentions. These are the ones I had to take out, okay? And none of these games are in any particular order. It's not like a top 3 Thursday or anything like that. And I get my prices from CX. The fairest way I can think of is to just base my prices on what CX are currently selling them for. Does that make sense? Let's go. Right, so my honourable mentions. My first honourable mention is Black. This currently is £5. It's worth every single penny. It's one of the best looking games on the Xbox. It's really good on the PlayStation 2. I think I had it on my PlayStation 2 days, I think. But I remember the adverts for this. They were really cool adverts. And it's like a, even back then, it was like it wasn't trying to be anything else. It stayed in this lane. It was a hardcore first person shoot 'em up, okay? And shoot 'em up. I can't remember if there's health kits. Oh, it wasn't you couldn't not like Halo, automatically regain your health. It wasn't that, so it was hard. You had to like pace yourself. You couldn't just go in all guns blazing. Sometimes you had to, depending on what the scenario was. But you won't last long if you try to play the whole game all guns blazing. Yeah, that's £5, okay. Another game, this is £6, Serious Sam. I love this game, and the last time I tried to play it, it's probably maybe 3 or more years ago now. We're spoilt now with autosave. This game hasn't got autosave. I put about 5 hours into it. Thought I'll have something to eat. Went downstairs. So I turned the Xbox off. Went downstairs. Had my tea. Came back up. And I was like, where's my save file? So I had to start from the beginning. So Tony's other tip of the day is, if you're going to play these games, check if it's got an autosave or not in it, okay? And another good game, Capcom Fighting Jam. £8. really good game. It's got a unusual set of characters to choose from. Obviously, you've got not obviously, but you've got Ryu, Sakura's in there, but you've got Hauser. Now we've got the Capcom Fighting Collection. I don't know where it's there somewhere. Okay, now we got that. We can play as Hauser, but he's like he's not even on the back. I would put Hauser on the cover. Yeah, he's not even anywhere. He's my favorite character in this game. He's like a T-Rex. So imagine fighting like the likes of Sakura and Ryu as a T-Rex, and he flips his tail around. He's really good fun. So yeah, I do recommend that game. That's £8. That's a bargain. For all these games are really good value for money at the moment. Okay, right then. So they were my honourable mentions. I will say as well, I'm only picking one game per franchise as well. In case you're wondering, oh, why haven't you got the sequel, or why haven't you got the prequel, or whatever. The reason is otherwise it won't be as much variety in there. Okay. Okay then, so there's 18 games I'm recommending to my friend, okay, for £100. I got it up to £99.50. Alright, maybe I've got a game for 50p, maybe, because some games do go for 50 pence, but you get a lot for your money with the Xbox, don't you? I don't know how much the consoles are selling for. I'm lucky enough to have two. I got the black one and the crystal one. I love a crystal. It's like more of a showpiece, and it is my backup. It does work, you know. Okay, so first game. This is the first game I ever bought. This is the reason I bought the Xbox originally. It's Halo. One of my favorite first-person shooters of all time. I do play the Xbox 360 remastered version. That tends to be my go-to, but this blew me away. You can argue I paid £220 for my Xbox with Halo included, and you can argue I paid £220 just to play this. I had no idea what other games were out at the time, and I saw this and fell in love. It was just playing like a demo or something in game, and it's just the music. Or this first thing I noticed, like, oh, what's that? That sounds important or official. So I looked and thought, wow, I assumed it was like a PC game, because they were, back then, it was noticeable how far ahead they were compared to the consoles. And the man said, oh, it's on the new Xbox, Microsoft Xbox. I was like, what? That's how, and then I began researching what it was and stuff like that, buying magazines, and I had my eye on this game ever since. And yeah, it was the first game I played, and back then, I don't think I kind of had jobs. I wasn't on a lot of money, so I didn't have much disposable income back then. So every game was a big purchase. It was like 40 quid a game. Bargain if you think about it compared to today's prices. But yeah, I played that game to death and back. Another game I played to death and back. 50p gets you Rainbow Six 3. I don't think it's a 3. Oh, it does say Rainbow Six 3. It always confused me that it's got two numbers. Very good game. I recommend playing it with the version I had rather back in the day was the big box. It was like a big chunky box, and I bought this game on launch, and it had like the headset in there, and it's like you're supposed to say like open flash clear, and it goes open flash clear, okay, and your squad, because you need to use your squad as you're going through, okay. So there's a lot of like doors, and you gotta like breach the rooms, you know. Oh, also as well, so kind of time out with the video. Sorry, if my phone rings, I got an important phone call, so I might have to cut the video off. If it cuts off or you hear a phone ringing, don't worry. Yeah, I'm expecting an important phone call. Okay. Yes, getting back to the game. So yeah, you're supposed to like say the commands, and it was really good, and it worked. I was like, because I've got, in case you hadn't noticed, I got a thick Welsh accent because I'm from Wales. Funny that, isn't it? But back then, I remember like trying to pay bills and stuff over the phone. It never recognised, like with the automated things. They all work now. Back then, if you didn't have a perfect Oxford English fucking accent, it wouldn't recognise it because of the accent. But this worked. But then I thought, I wonder if I start saying other things. Like, I remember saying, fuck your mom, and it goes, open flash clear, okay. And it was so funny. That's what I love about this game. It's still a good tactical first-person shooter, okay? Very thoroughly recommend, thoroughly enjoyed it, and I strongly recommend it. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's 50p. Oh my god, it's never going to go cheaper than that. So go get this game right after watching this video. Oh, this is what I'd call a masterpiece. This is up there with Halo. This is royalty on the Xbox, is Knights of the Old Republic. This is the first ever RPG I ever played. I didn't know what an RPG was. I was aware of some of my friends were telling me, oh, you need to play Final Fantasy, you need this, that. And they said turn-based. They described what it was. That's boring. If you can't like fighting games, I wanted to like either like have a hack and slash or like fighting games or a gun in my hand, you know. So when it was like kind of turn-based, I was like, ah, not interested. I bought this game based on the back, basically. Again, I thought, this is awesome. Again, I saw the lightsabers. It does look like, you know, it's a hack and slash, but it's got that RPG element in there. And it just wowed me. I'm not going to say any more on the story because I don't want to spoil it. But I played it. This isn't a spoiler. So I played it through as a little Jedi. So I did all the right good decisions. And I put 40 plus hours on my first playthrough. And then the second time, I literally, normally when I play a game for 40 hours, I'm ready for the game to finish. And I go and play something else. But I played it again and played Darkside. So I was an absolute dickhead to everyone. But that's £8. And that's history. These Halo and this are history, you know. So definitely recommend that game. Hitman 2, that's £1. Wow. I wasn't sure with this one or Contracts which one I was going to put in, but this is the first Hitman game I ever played. This was, I think, the third game I ever played on the PlayStation. I played, obviously, Halo, so the standard is up there. Then I played Medal of Honor Frontline. That didn't make my list, but that was a really good, visually it was a really good game. It doesn't really hold up at the moment like Halo holds up, in my opinion. That game, Medal of Honor, sorry, my head, I am struggling with my mental health at the moment, okay? So my memory, I should have seen me work yesterday, the amount of mistakes I was making because of my memory. Anyway, keeping it positive, yeah, this was the third game I played on the Xbox, and it was so interesting to see that you could go in all guns blazing, but the like replayability of every single map was just amazing to me. You used to look at the map and it like points of interest, and the more you play, you get to know what everything is, and you're like, I never forget, it's like a villa. You have to get into the villa and you can steal a disguise to get in, or you can knock out a guard. Like first time I just shot the guard, everyone's alerted, I just killed everyone until I completed the mission, do you know what I mean? But then I thought, oh, now I know why that's there, and you can piece it together. And when you do it, I think the way the computer wants you to do it, it's so satisfying. And you can play each mission 8 to 10 times, in my opinion, and it's so good. And it's like frustrating, like, oh, you got to poison this person here, and he runs to the toilet, and you can wait for them in the toilet, so you know there's no witnesses. Very clever game. The first time I ever experienced that. Like a clever game like that, you know. And that costs £1. Wow. It's amazing. What an amazing time to be alive, isn't it? Fable 3. Really good game. When I played this was my favourite game on the Xbox. This was a couple of years in, if I remember right. And it was, at the time, I thought it was the best. I thought it was the best of the best. Maybe I was in the mood to play a kind of hack and slash RPG. I love the open world. I love the world that you're in. I love the fact you start as a little kid. Then it does fast forward. And I love as you level up, you can see sometimes the physical changes. So you can improve your strength, but you can improve your size as well. And by the end of it, I was massive. It was so exciting running back to is it the Heroes Guild? I can still remember it, if that's right. Let me know in the comments. It was the Heroes Guild, isn't it? Where you go back and then you can select and like literally you can level up and you're like you're twice the size you just were, kind of thing. It's really, really good game. Really nice, cool world this is. They did get a bit of criticism. I remember reading about it because the developer or the president of this company Lionhead Studios promised a load of things and he was just bullshitting. See, the hype was high, but I'd never heard of this game until I actually just saw it the day it came out when I was putting a delivery away working in Dixon's. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, that will cost you £3. There's so many good games here, you know. £2 gets you The Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay. I think this has got the best graphics out of any game on the system, in my opinion. It is a little bit inconsistent. A lot of the shadows, it's a stealth game basically, where it does flip between first person and sometimes just third person, if I remember right, but it's mainly a first person stealth shooter, I suppose, okay? But the best graphics, it was incredible. When he either drops down into a shower, like a prison shower, or he comes up through the drain. I can't really remember, and I just remember looking around and the tiles were just the light was shining off the tiles. It was so impressive, and it was nothing happening. It wasn't a big special moment in the game. It's just one of those things. You step back and go, they've done a fantastic job with this game. And the movie tie-in games were very hit or miss. I like a lot of them, but a lot of them were just dog shit, weren't they? Because they got to pay. A lot of the budget went on paying for the license, but they nailed it. They really did nail it. It's a really cool game, this is. And they've redone it as well on the PS3, like one of those HD remastered. I think it's 2 games, or they've added some content to it. But that will only cost you 2 buckaroos, Bambino. Yeah, definitely recommend that. One of my favourite games of all time, Soul Calibur 2. This is only £3. Again, if you weren't aware, this is a special time to be alive because it came out on the GameCube, on the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox. I got all 3. The reason I got all 3 is because you had special characters. The Xbox had Spawn. Mwah! What a cool character. The GameCube version had Link and the PS2 version had Heihachi. I'm sure everyone watching this was already aware of that, but if you weren't, hey, you've learned something new today. This will always be a special game. It's probably my second favourite Soul Calibur, behind Soul Calibur 6. Yeah, I think I stand by that, but this is my introduction into the Soul Calibur franchise, and I've been in love ever since, okay? Check out those graphics. This is the Xbox, not Xbox 360. This is Xbox graphics. Gee whiz. Okay, what's next? I love this game. It's not that popular, I don't think. It's Oddworld Stranger's Wrath. I bought this on my birthday. Again, it's another game I had no idea it even existed. It must have come out 2 or 3 days before my birthday, and I had birthday money burning a hole in my pocket. And back when these games used to come out, I don't know what year it was, but whenever it came out, 2000, or maybe a bit late, or 2005. I can't see my own. Yeah, say between 2003 2005 probably, if my old cogs in my brain are working right. If you didn't buy the magazines, keep up to date with the magazines, you wouldn't have a clue. So I must have gone a couple of months. I'd rather spend my money on the games than the magazines then, you know. But so I had must have had 60, 70 quid money, you know, in money and cards, you know what it's like, isn't it? As a teenager or early whatever, I would have been, yeah, I would have been early 20s when this game came out, you know. So yeah, I had that money burning a hole in my pocket, and I played the other one, Abe's Odyssey, is it? And so I was familiar with the franchise. That was a good game, but this is a great game. And the other thing, they had it on the demo, so they just literally put it in the Xbox and they had a controller there. And I bought it in game, and it was like the first mission. I thought, this is easy enough. Then when the guy said, oh, you can turn from third person to first person, because it's mainly, the bulk of the game is a first person shooter, like the ammo, and it's a very unique game, you know. It's like a Wild West theme. Not many games has got this feel and atmosphere. It's hard to explain, if that makes any sense, okay? And this game is only £4. I'm pretty sure they've redone it, remastered, or re-released it on the PlayStation 4. I think I might have it on the PlayStation 4. It's a lot harder than I remember as well. I have completed it, this version. I'll have to go back to it. If I've got it on the PlayStation 4, yeah, I'll have to go back to it. Ooh, another awesome game alert is Jade Empire. That's £4. Not a lot of people are talking about this anymore. This is made by the same people that did the Knights of the Old Republic. That was one reason. I was aware of this game as well. I must have been keeping up to date with the magazines around type for this. So I was aware of that. But it's like ancient... Is it China or Japan? I can't really remember. Or China, yeah, ancient China. I thought it was China. Okay, so it's an RPG with all the kung fu. So I went you can either go like the bigger guy with slower, but like a brute, or you can go like, I used to play, that's what my character used to look like. He was like in my head, like the Bruce Lee, fast, overpower you with speed kind of character. It's fantastic. And do you know what? I think I've only ever played it once, and it stayed with me, So I'll have to go back to that. That's a game they could do with re-releasing, Really, really good game. That is a nice story to it as well. I was saying about nice stories. Deus Ex. How was this game £1? I think this game came out, if I remember, when I just look at the covers, I love all this. This is art, isn't it? When I look at the cover, it just takes me back to like simpler times. I didn't have all these issues with my mental health back then. But I think I bought this, it was in Llanelli, and it was February, and it said something like Game of the Year, even this early on. Oh, there we are, look. Game of the Year, even this early on. I even remember that word for word, Game of the Year, even this early on. So it's either February or March this game came out. I read that. Again, I've never heard of Deus Ex, okay? I'm a massive fan of the franchise now. And I thought, oh, right, this looks really good. So again, it told me it was a first-person shooter, but it's, if you didn't know, it's quite common knowledge now. A lot of people know this, but some of my friends were telling me they finished this game without firing a single bullet. I went the action way I did. Someone pisses me off, I'm like, you said what? Get the gun out and shoot them. Then all hell breaks loose. But you can up your stats on like your charisma and your dialogue kind of thing, so it gives you more options when you're having conversations. You can diffuse some awkward situations, I suppose. But this game is fantastic for £1. Oh my god, if you haven't played that game, for £1, next time you see it in the wild, just play it and thank me later. Excuse me. 50p gets you Brute Force. I think this was the makers of Halo, I think. It's got that Halo. Sometimes I get the feeling, yeah, this is very similar in a way to Halo, but it's a very different game to Halo. Okay, it is a first-person shooter, and you're like, is it Venga? I can't remember. Basically you've got 4 characters. It's quite a cool cover, isn't it? You can see the silhouettes of the characters. You start off as like this guy here, he's the gun guy. But then one of the first missions, basically you're sent on these missions and you can alternate, like switch characters straight away. I think there's 2 of you. Then you got to free this guy called Venga, and each character has got like a special ability that like they're going to meter and it runs out, and then you got to let it fill back up, or like if it's halfway full you can do it and it goes down again. One of those kind of games. But Venga's is almost broken, right? Where when you use his ability, I remember it goes like Venga, like that, and then everything goes. It's hard to explain. Like the Predator movie. Do you know when he sees like the heat? So he's got everything's black and white apart from the enemies. So he's got a massive advantage. But while he's in that mode, his health is recovering. So why would you play as any other character than Venga? So like say you're fighting a boss or something, you can take cover, go into that Venga mode, the Venga boys, and let your health recover. It's almost broken, but then I basically played most of the game in that Predator Vision mode, so I didn't take in a lot of the amazing graphics. It was an impressive looking game back in the day, and for 50p guys, buy that game. What else have we got? So I'm looking at my prices. £4 gets you Return to Castle Wolfenstein. Tides of War. This is slightly different from the PC version. It's one of the rare games I've played on the PC. It's very hard on the PC. I couldn't get used to using a mouse, and it was too foreign for me. Like, I'd struggle now. But like, if I was to get into PC gaming ever, I'd have to. I know you can buy a Xbox controller, so that'd be my go-to. But I got quite far on the PC version. But this is like maybe a scrolled down, scaled, that's the word, not scrolled, scaled down version of that game, you know. It's very good fun, but you got to be careful with the auto save, okay? I'd recommend you save as you go. Well, the last time I played this, so basically, if you didn't know, it's like a Call of Duty, old school, like World War II Call of Duty, but it's got the Nazis like looking into like the paranormal and stuff like that to get the edge on war. So they like doing a lot of dig sites and stuff like that all over the world, ancient dig sites, and it gets a little bit creepy. So it's got that extra vibe to it, and it's got autosave, and I was in this like creepy catacombs thing. I had a full health bar. I thought, I'm nice and safe, I don't need to save, and there was like a booby trap, and it just crushed me, and it insta killed me. But as it was like there, just about to kill me, like, then it auto-saved. So like, and I hadn't saved for like 2 or 3 hours. So literally I tried, load, it was like load, then kill, load, load, load. You know what I mean? I did like 8 to 9 times, running back, everything I could think of. Yeah, so can I argue that's a little bit broken. Oh, it was like a cheap way to finish my playthrough of that. I have finished it, but yeah, that's probably my favourite. I do like the new ones, actually, the ones they've done, the New Order and stuff like that. But yeah, for £4. So you don't need a lot of money to get into retro collecting, guys. This is one not many people talk about. This is, I think as well, this might have Halo, the makers of Halo connections. Let me just see the price. Sadeki, okay? What a great game. Visually, it's an RPG, okay? It's a nice... I played it recently as well. It's a nice, beautiful world, okay? It's got like, kind of like the Fable kind of world, okay? But it's 4 characters, and it forces you to use... There's times where, like, there's 4 big bosses where each character's got the unique ability. Only they can beat the boss, okay? 2 characters are like... one's got a sword. This guy's got a sword. She'd be a good character to have in like Soul Calibur or Tekken, I reckon. She's got like Wolverine kind of blades. So they're like your hack and slash characters. But then this character's got like a wand, and it goes into when you go as her, it goes into first person view. And this guy here, he's the science guy, and he's actually got like a laser pistol, okay? It's very... It does force you to use certain characters. Like I enjoyed playing with the first person shooter characters, okay? Then it's nice to get a bit bored of this. Now I can play with the sword guy kind of thing. But it's not you enjoy all the... There's no like weak link in your team kind of thing. Yeah, but it's visually it's up there. It's a nice story. I think last time I played it, again I've played it in the last 3 years or so, I hadn't leveled up my science guy, and I was on this boss, and it was tiny. Every hit is a tiny amount of damage, and like only 1 or 2 hits he does. It's like a spider boss or something, this mechanical thing, and I was like, I can't be bothered. Next. Years ago, like when I first played this through, I bet you I would have stuck with it and put like, I'm talking an hour to beat this boss, hour or more than an hour. I haven't got the patience for that shit anymore, you know. But yeah, very good. The world is stunning as well. It's like paradise. You think, oh, if I could live on the beach, what would paradise look like? And they've nailed it. Then it's like, oh, I'd like to live up in the mountains in like a science world, futuristic world. They've nailed it. You know what I mean? It's really good. The thing I remember now is every single character in the game, I think they've got a different person to voice each character. Loads of characters you can talk to, no like NPCs, but they just talk. They'll say, "Oh, isn't it a lovely day today?" kind of thing. You know, his early RPG days, right? But it, like, one will have a thick Liverpool accent, then you talk to the child, and it's like a Llanelli accent. It's bonkers, it is. Or it might be a couple of actors trying to do accents. I don't know. But it was like almost off-putting how the range of accents that's in this game, you know. But again, how much is it? £4. You're getting a lot of bang for your buck there, guys. Right, my most expensive game on my Xbox. This is £30, but it still easily deserves to be in here, okay? It's one of the best fighting games of all time. It's Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Don't really need to say much more about it, but this is peak fighting game. One of the peak fighting games of all time, in my opinion. I believe, okay, people are going to say, oh, it's better on the PS2, apparently. I doubt it. Oh, it's better on the Dreamcast, maybe it was. But this is the version I've got, so deal with it, okay? It's worth 30 quid. I don't know how much it goes for on the other consoles, okay? Oh, hello. Sorry. My dog's come up to check on me. He knows I'm not well today. Hello. Careful now. You say hello to the camera? Are you looking? Look at him looking. I think he knows mine. You should see him. Well, my Facebook. He's always looking at the camera. Your paws, aren't you, boy? Kiss. Kiss. Oh, that was nice. Look at him looking. Look, what's over here? You're stunning eyes in you, boy. Right. I'm doing a video. Sorry. Right down. Yeah, good boy. Love cutchers in a bit. Oh, he's top cutcher. Top cutcher. Right, yeah, so Marvel vs. Capcom 2. God, I haven't played that for a hot minute. Need to play that pretty soon. Yeah, that's £30. Oh, stealth games. I will say as well, I haven't got, I'm a bit surprised, I don't own any of the Splinter Cell games. I've got them, the remastered collection on the PlayStation 3. I've got one of them on the Chaos Theory on the GameCube, but they would have made my list if they were in my collection, okay? But on level, if you're talking stealth, is Thief Deadly Shadows. What an amazing game. My favourite stealth game of all time is probably Splinter Cell Conviction, and then closely followed by this. I love this game. This is much better than the game they made that came out on the PS4. Early PS4, late PS3. I like that game, but this game did it right. That was trying to do that open world aspect to it, which I wasn't fussed. Easy to get lost. But this had like those statues. Again, I haven't played this for years. The gargoyle statues that you couldn't kill. You couldn't do anything, just literally hide from them or they'll kill you kind of thing. You got the arrows, the moss arrows. So the moss arrows, like where you walk is silent. Water arrows, so you can put out the torches or the lights if you like. It's one of the creepiest levels, that child orphanage. Yeah, check that level out. It's really, really creepy. I love that. That's a 10 out of 10 game if you're into stealth games. And that'll only cost you, oh, this is a steal, £1.50. Gee whiz. Okay, only 3 more games to go then, guys. Next is Street Fighter Anniversary Collection. So this is, how is it 15 years? Is it? It's just its anniversary. So that's the game there, okay. This is, sorry, £10. I think this was 15 years. Wow, I'm old. That really makes me feel old if this was the 15th anniversary. So if you didn't know, you get Hyper Street Fighter 2. This is my go-to with Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, and you get the full length anime on there as well. Okay, again, I've got the anime separate. I got the Japanese and American version. American version's the best. I gotta be honest, got the better soundtrack in my opinion. So it's fact. But yeah, that is £10. Awesome game. Everybody knows Third Strike's an awesome game. It's not the best Street Fighter though. Don't start. Another game that had to make the list is Star Wars Battlefront 2. This is only £10. This is one of my original games that I could not sell. And when I mean I couldn't sell, I couldn't bring myself to sell it. Like, out of all these games, it's Knights of the Old Republic, and this is probably the only 2 original games I had from back in the day. Yeah, look at them. Yeah, that's probably all I've kept. But this, I love the first one. I didn't like it at first But then when I'm talking like first 15 minutes, 2 or 3 hits, I'm dead. What's this shit? But then when I realised you're all the same health, you're all on a level playing field, then his skill level needs to go up, otherwise you're just going to keep losing. I got it. And when I got it, I loved it. Do you mean? And then when this one came out, like, I love playing as Darth Maul. That's me in my happy place, that is. Yeah, and that'll only cost you £10. Much better than the shit that came out on the PlayStation 4. And the last game, £10 as well. One of my favourite games of all time, Capcom vs SNK 2. It's not my favourite version. I am lucky enough to own the GameCube, PS2 and Xbox versions of this game. But the graphics are the best on this. But there's like... It's really slow. The gameplay is fantastic, but when I say really slow, I streamed it a couple of times, and I was very impressed visually. I thought, wow, this is far superior to the GameCube version, and maybe some people won't notice it, but because I've played this game, I'm talking hundreds of times, easily hundreds of times, I will notice these things. But I'll also notice between rounds is sometimes a 15-20 minute delay, where on the GameCube it'll go like round 1 you win or lose, and then the character it'll go to that yours yellow grid, the like squares, and they'll just pass through and then it'll start again. With this, it's just like all those yellow squares appear and stay there, and it's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then it might start. And that's, to me, that's like, oh really? It takes you out to the adrenaline starts to dip, you know, because I love playing fighting games because my dolphins and stuff get going, you know. It really does help with my mental health, okay? Yeah, but it's still worth, if you see that game out there, only £10. I got to be honest, I've only ever seen it in the last 3 years that I've been collecting, 4 years I've been collecting, I've only ever seen it once, so it's quite the rare game because it's such a good game. People see it, and for £10, yeah, it's definitely, it's funny that. And Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is 30 quid. I think that's going to start going up in price, I reckon, pretty soon. But it's quite a rare game. I don't know if you can just order them on CX. I don't know what their stock is like. But yeah, I didn't buy it from CX. I got this in Retribution and Llanelli. But yeah, awesome game. Oh, my dog's here again. Bless him. Yeah, so that is my list that I recommend. 18 games. Okay, I'll run through the prices once more. Okay, wait there now, boy. Yeah, so you get all that, comes to £99.50. And it's mad to think, right? I owned every single one of those games originally back in the day, and I paid at least £40 for them. God knows what that comes to, would have cost me, you know. So you get Halo £3, Rainbow Six 3, 50p, Knights of the Old Republic £8, Hitman 2 £1, Fable £3, Riddick £2, Soul Calibur 2 £3, Oddworld Stranger's Wrath £4, Jade Empire excuse me £4, Deus Ex £1, Brute Force 50p, Turn the Castle Wolfenstein £4, Sadeki £4, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 £30, Thief £1.50, Street Fighter Anniversary Collection £10, Star Wars Battlefront 2 £10, Capcom vs. SNK 2 £10. If my calculations are correct, beep boop beep, £99.50. Wow, awesome value for money that is. Can't find the remote. Got it. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Let me know, what games have I missed. Yeah, and I'm aware the Splinter Cell games, like I said. Sorry, I was having a coughing fit there. I was trying to get through the video and I was like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so let me know. Oh yeah, I was saying about the Splinter Cell games. I didn't mention them because I haven't got any in my collection. This is games, to qualify, they got to be in my collection, okay? And let me know, what do you think? Halo or Halo 2? Am I wrong there? That might be a controversial one, but Halo will always be my number one Halo game. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Love you. Bye. £100 game. What's it called? £100 game challenge Xbox. Yeah, that. Hello. £100 something that I've put in a game collection thing that spins around and it's a disc. I don't know. Right, serious now, Tony. See, ooh, the camera's on. £100 game challenge, Xbox edition, without looking at my notes. Let's go. I can't. I literally got to film a 3.5 second fucking video, and I can't do it.